Welcome to Kickstart, the show where we review Kickstarter projects and predict if they will succeed or fail. I'm Conrad.
I'm Grant.
I'm Curio.
And that's Peter. Please stick with us as we bring light bulbs into the 21st century as we review LifX.
I was thinking one day that the light bulb is amazing. It's probably one of the greatest inventions of all time, but it hasn't really changed much in the last 100 years. Turn on one LifX smart bulb or a group. Choose any colour. LifX is dimmable. Get notifications. LifX also has commercial applications. Visualize your music. And if you're worried about losing your phone, LifX also still functions like a normal light bulb.
So the LifX wanted $100,000 and they ended up with $1.3 million. So do you guys think that LifX will be commercially successful? What don't you like about it, Grant?
It's expensive. Oh my god. Okay, so at the best you're going to get is if you buy two or more, they're like $50 a piece or like $49 a piece. If you buy just one at a time, they're $60 a piece. And they didn't really clarify this in the show. Well, they kind of mentioned it, I guess, in the promotional video, but there's a master light bulb that you'll get that you can program and do all the software stuff with and change the colors and program it and stuff. Then you'll get a bunch of slave ones that will just mimic whatever the first one does. So if you want your entire house to have a bunch of master LifX light bulbs, they're going to be $60 a piece. And I just don't think, it's a very cool project. Don't get me wrong. I mean, obviously it's like $1.3 million funded for it, but it's expensive, I mean, not that people have that much money just laying around, Especially if you got like 3 or 4 of them and you could have bought an Oculus Rift, what we talked about last week. You know what I mean? It's just not on the same level.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't need lights if you have an Oculus Rift.
Very true. That's very true.
Your house can be dark and you can just wander around with your Rift.
Yeah.
Oblivious to the world.
Oh man.
Curio, what don't you like about the LifX?
Well, I mean, first, $1.3 million, that's pretty impressive. I mean, some people don't make that in like a month.
Yeah.
But same thing, this master-slave thing, I really don't understand what's the difference really. Is it really that hard to make them all? Because let's face it, we're all going to want master light bulbs, essentially. We're going to want all of them to be customizable. So that's just, it's weird. And plus, if you read the forums, there's a lot of people not getting their product. They're getting a master and 4 slaves or 5 slaves, which if you only have one master, you've just lost the entire customizability of the
I kind of see why they did it though, because if you have one room, you have to get on and every time choose each light bulb to change. You saw that one big living room area,
But that can be solved by the software and not by the limitations of the
bulb. You can group them all together and stuff, yeah.
Rather than have these master-slave things where I mean, again, like we've been reading the reviews, these people have been getting a master and 4 slaves. Well, that kind of sort of defeats the purpose. They say you could change each light, you can have one do one thing, one another thing, but in reality, if you're just going to hand out and ship out one master, you really don't have that functionality.
I mean, it's helpful if you have a kitchen with 8 light bulbs in it, but how many of us have that?
Right, I mean, yeah. And it seems very, it was misleading, I think. I think the video, this product's badass. I mean, it's awesome. I mean, the light bulbs haven't changed in 100 years, we now have more energy efficient ones, but this is the last 25 years, supposedly, So, I don't know, it was kind of misleading in the fact that they were like, hey, yeah, you buy 6, and you can put one in your kid's bedroom to do their night light, then one in your kitchen, then one in your 2 or 3 more in your living room to have set the mood, or for a party. And they didn't clarify that, they did mention that you can do them as a group and stuff. They never mentioned anything about master and slave type of stuff. And that and there's still 25 days, 23 days, that's when this comes out, but left on the Kickstarter. But you feel like if they were asking $100,000 and they got 1.3 million, that they could have just kind of given everybody that funded it initially at least a bunch of masters,
Yeah. One other problem I have.
Sorry.
I was going to say one other problem that I have is what happens when your friend comes over, downloads the LifX program, and has all of your Wi-Fi information, and then he just starts changing the settings. Like,
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. I mean, you can go drive by and like prank people. Like,
What
turn
if
on.
you have a family member that has seizures? I mean, they could
Oh yeah.
potentially tragic but hilarious pranks.
I mean, you could never know. It's been on the news for sure, but. Yeah, I mean that's a serious consequence of these like light bulbs. It's like the rave part at the end of the movie, and it's just like, oh my god, it's like.
Well, that's our job to think of the issues and analyze
Yeah.
these things properly. And this is a serious issue.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
one other thing I see about it is I just don't know if this is going to be something that a household needs. I mean, I can see businesses taking advantage of this, but I don't know if I, as a normal everyday person, wants to go out and control all of my light bulbs via my phone. I kind of just like the simplicity of a switch.
But it does act like a switch. Like you can't just have it to turn on.
Well,
you know?
then why wouldn't I just buy a normal light bulb?
Because it doesn't change colors.
It doesn't change color. It just can't program. Well, on that note, how about the positive stuff? Like.
Yeah, what do you guys think? What do you like about it? Let's start with you, Kirill.
I think it's a super cool idea, honestly. It's awesome. The only minus I see is the price, but otherwise, if I could have my house and turn it, have every bulb, and God, the possibilities are endless. You can mess with people. You can just do all kinds of things. It's cool to have different colors. The thing I really like how you can, when you're going to bed, you could program this thing to just kind of like dim slowly but surely. And then the other thing that they showed, it seems to seamlessly work with music, meaning you can. It looks like we've never tested the app. It looks like you could play any music, and through the app you can have the light bulbs synchronized to that music, which that's pretty badass.
That's awesome. Yeah, and like, come on, going to sleep. What about waking up in the morning too? I'm sure you can do the opposite, or have it slowly turn on.
Yeah, wake up.
Actually, they already make products that do that to help you wake up.
That's awesome. It'd be much better than a
They're not
nuclear
sexy,
alarm
though. They're not
sounds. When
sexy.
alarm sounds like it's terrible. You wake up in fear every morning. It's bad. But yeah, I mean, I think this is an awesome product. Like I said before, like light bulb hasn't really changed in 100 years, and good for them for at least giving it a shot and making it like it's 2012. This should be like a thing in every someone's house like already. Should have been like around for like 10 years already. You know, thank God if somebody finally did it. You know.
Yeah, I agree with both of you. I like the idea that people are actually thinking about this now. That they're trying to do something new. They're trying to update it. I don't know if they're doing it well for families, but as a business, I think a business would love to have their entire, like a bar,
Yeah.
With blue lights or something.
And think about like building your house. Okay, so like maybe for us, like living in apartments and houses and stuff, like you're already built, you're already settled in. Like, buying this is like you're talking about not going out for like a week or two. You could have gone on a trip by the time you outfitted your whole house with these. But if you're building your house or buying a new house right off the bat, like if you could fill out your whole house with these, it'd be wonderful. And then they also last 25 years. We've completely neglected that point. Like, well, an energy efficient bulb lasts 3 or 4 years now. Like, it's pretty cool. But 25 years is quarter. It's a long time.
It's a quarter of a century.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of time.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think there'll be a niche market for it, but especially businesses and stuff. But I don't know commercially if it'll be successful, because if it was super successful, like General Electric or somebody like that we'll buy them and they won't be around anymore.
Yeah.
Or they'll rebrand it and do their own thing,
That's a good point. So you guys want to take a quick vote and decide what we think?
Sure. Yeah.
Sure.
Grant, do you think it will be commercially successful?
I think initially, obviously they already have 13 times what they were expecting to get for our initial push, and they're starting to sell more on their website now. They're if you're interested in it. But I think in the long term, I think it's going to be a very niche market. I don't know for sure. I'm going to say no. I think no. I think it's too expensive for the common person to buy.
Okay. Kirill?
I think initially, I think rich people will love this thing. And of course, the price is off. We were looking at just Grant's apartment, and it would cost $1,000 to actually do this in his apartment. So that's out of the price range of any normal person. But I see rich people taking to this like ass to underwear. It's something really, really cool that you could show off. And if you're a member of the landed gentry, I believe that you'll do this despite the price. And I think that's the initial group of people that'll target this, including businesses, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And with those people, it'll be enough to get this started. And let's not forget, how rarely does a new invention actually have such a relatively low cost? Meaning, this isn't in production yet. This hasn't reached any sort of economies of scale. Usually things are, like look at 3D printers. They started at like $5,000 or $10,000 per printer. This is starting at $60. So the price is only going to go down from there on. I think there's plenty of filthy rich people out there that will love this. And so I think there's enough demand out there for the company to get started, and then as things progress, it'll become cheaper, and we'll all have LifX light bulbs in our houses.
Yeah. I definitely agree with Curiel. Eventually, economies of scale will kick in, competitors will start, the price will go down. But right now, I just don't see individuals needing this product, so I'm afraid
Individuals don't need this product, Conrad, but individuals didn't need the clap on, clap off. But
Oh, and by the way,
still
the
got
clap
it.
on, clap off is now dead.
This is
That is,
yeah.
it's gone forever. It's been replaced by your phone. Still, sorry guys, I'm going down.
2-1, I think, this week.
I say yes. I think this will work.
Okay.
And Peter agrees. You can't see it on camera. but Peter agrees.
So, that's our episode. Thanks for joining us, guys. If you liked our episode, make sure you comment below, leave us a message, tell us what you liked, what you didn't like. If you have something that you think we should review next time, let us know.
And follow us on Twitter at the Vivid Light TV. For sure. Give us a tweet. And let us know what you want us to review next time. Because we already have a couple lined up. But
Always taking
whatever you want to
suggestions.
say.
And give us suggestions. We are working on wooing the female market. Next episode, I believe, we'll be featuring tight shirts. We're going to lower the temperature, have our nipples pronounced because our studies show that will get more viewers.
It's about to get real.
Female viewers.
And on that note,
I'm Conrad,
I'm Grant.
I'm Curiel.
and that was Peter. Thanks again, guys.